Hello everyone and welcome to another Marvel Legends unboxing. Finally getting around to building the MOJO figure. I'd just like to say firstly a big thank you to Dylan again for hooking me up with majority of this series, and then shameful telling off to the guy I bought this off of eBay. It's the first edition Ironman, described as mint in box, which is fair enough. And then he shipped it in just a plastic bag. That was it, just chucked it in there. And I know that these are pretty robust, but kind of defeats the whole object of having a mint in box figure if it's smashed up because it's packaged in a plastic bag. But anyway, I'm going to open all of these and we're going to build MOJO. I'll start with Baron Zemo, as his box is already degraded enough for me to actually open that up. I'm not fussed about the packaging really. I like the fact that we get these comic books inside the sets as well, and we get the backing card. But the rest, unfortunately, is just wasted plastic. Gotta love me some twisty ties, which make exceptionally good webbing for Spider-Man. See, now I know the sculpts on the Marvel Legends, etc. have got better and better, and some of these Toybiz Legends, they're very outdated now when it comes to looks and articulation, etc. But you can't beat the older figures. They were exceptional. We get a small placemat on the front there. We can put that up, and then we get Baron Zemo, the masked variant, as opposed to the one with the kind of burnt face. He gets his scepter, which we can just put in his hands. Okay, now you get, considering this is mint in box, time has not been kind to these at all. You can already feel the loose joints. Look at that. But he's going to do what I need him to do. It's nice to get them all as a set. And this is MOJO's upper torso. He is the ruler of MOJO World, and he is basically a spineless kind of alien. And he sits in this hover chair, and he captures heroes, etc., from different planets, and he makes them kind of fight for their lives to get high ratings on MOJO Vision, which is his television channel. So he's a all-round nice guy, obviously. Next up, we'll get Psylocke out of her packaging. The Uncanny X-Men. Looks good. And again, unfortunately with these Toybiz ones, if you're not keeping the boxes, you are left with somewhat unnatural amount of plastic, which is not exactly going to be amazing for the environment, is it? But see, Psylocke wasn't bad. It's just the face sculpt was pretty darn awful, really. It's just not a good look for her. Who's Psylocke? Psylocke's got a brother, isn't she? I can't for the life of me remember who her brother is off the top of my head. I've got a feeling that he battled with Annihilus at some point, but I could be completely wrong. Some real kind of smudging that on these legs and very kind of uneven paint applications on her, but she does what she needs to. It's a good filler, just that Hasbro, in my opinion, did a much better job. And we get part of the MOJO torso. I love how these are really kind of just plug in and play. This is how Build-A-Figures should be, Hasbro. They were really good back in the day, and now they're just really expensive. I was looking at getting Fing Fan Foom, and my goodness me, he is not cheap. I looked at getting Pit again as well. I used to love having that Pit Build-A-Figure from the legendary comic book wave, and Monkey Man as well. These are all figures I used to have. And then I stopped collecting, started collecting Transformers, and it's all gone about circle. Next up, we have Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. Love the fact that when they done the Netflix TV show, for a brief, like 10 seconds or so, he actually looked like this. He's like, oh my goodness, what do I look like? I know that these are getting on a bit now, but they're still toys, and they are made to be played with. The ones that I decide not to keep, chances are my eldest will probably try and take. Anyway, love that Luke Cage. That's a really retro sculpt on him. I think I'll be putting that alongside some of the first appearance figures. Some of these joints are incredibly stiff though. May have to put a little bit of heat from hairdryer on those, but really love that vintage look for Luke Cage. Joints are incredibly stiff. We get part of MOJO's base, some really gorgeous detailing along the side there as well. We've got these kind of spindly spider legs just dangling down. I believe these do rotate. These are all ball mounted. Yes, they are. These look exceptional. And again, we get another one of these base stands. Now, as I mentioned in my unboxing video, there was variants of Zemo and Falcon. The Falcon had longer wings, and the Zemo was unmasked. There was also a variant of Ironman wearing his first appearance armor, but it was golden as opposed to silver. There we go, the Falcon. Yeah, very different look for him compared to his MCU counterpart, which you know, I like what they've done with him. It's kind of brought it into the modern age, and I think it definitely works. Not to everybody's taste. A lot of people are still kicking up that he's going to be... Oh, look at that. Look at the warping on that, just due to the age. That he's going to be Captain America and not Bucky, but the way the MCU story arc has gone, and the fact that Bucky disposed of Tony's parents, I think that he's got a little bit of making up to do, I think. Now, I believe this Falcon is the short-winged variant. There was a much longer-winged version with a slightly different head sculpt, but that is what Falcon used to look like. How have I got dust on him already? How is there dust inside the package? A nice red on the neck there where they haven't painted it, and these skin tones on these figures, they're not brilliant at all. He's even got red joints on his arms. They're just painted over. Not really a fan of any of the skin tones really. Whereas the new ones are kind of more cast in that natural colour and then painted. These are kind of just painted over like the reds and blues of Psylocke, and I don't think it really works. Now we get Falcon's little sidekick there, Falcon, which should do nicely. That can just peg into his back like so, and they can both be flying and may have those mounted on the wall, I think. Again, you can put those in my first appearance line. And we get MOJO's stomach. But that's not necessarily, it doesn't necessarily look like a stomach, does it? But hey. Right, let's open up this Ironman. Now that I've finished criticising the seller. Sure, he's a nice enough guy, and it was a fairly good price, but you know, if you're advertising something as a sealed figure in good condition, why would you ship it in a carrier bag? It just don't make any sense to me. Tales of suspense. It's Iron Man. When it was literally iron. As much as I loved having these come with the comics, etc. I really do prefer the way they're packaged now, the kind of modern take on it. A lot less plastic being used, a lot less waste. Much easier to open as well for the collectors. If you want to open them up, you just cut the sellotape and you can open them and then reseal them if you need to. As far as an Iron Man goes, it's not bad. It's quite a small figure, but it's just the tiny little Tony Stark head sculpt there that really puts me off these figures. The faces on the Iron Man, because they always done these removable face plates, the faces were always absolutely tiny, and they never peg in as well as I would like. But there we go, there's the first appearance Iron Man looking the part, and then we actually get two pieces for MOJO. These are the back section and his tailpiece. They're going to tab in, so, and that will go up and over. Love the circuitry and paint applications on these. That was something that Toybiz always done amazing jobs on, is their Build-A-Figure paint jobs, especially the likes of the Sentinel Build-A-Figure, one of my favourite Build-A-Figures of all time, one that many people today still army build, even though it is not cheap at all anymore. It's rocketed up in price, especially here in England anyway. This is a long shot, so somebody who's actually from MOJO World. So I can have him displayed alongside him, featured in a few different X-Men comics. We've got him, we've got Shatterstar down there as well. Lots of different people that I can display alongside MOJO. I have got Spiral as well. I got that in a trade with Kevin. So I should be able to have all of these displayed alongside MOJO. Or maybe I'll make a little planet up for him. Shatterstar and Longshot. Hey, Longshot's actually not that bad. I never wanted him when I was younger. I never really saw the appeal in him, but now, even if you're just making custom figures as well, it's a really good kind of base figure for like an X-Men Havoc or something like that, with that big collar turned up. It's not a bad looking guy at all. I don't think we need to replace absolutely every one of our Toybiz figures. Some of them have aged terribly, but some of them have aged really quite well. The instructions for the Build-A-Figure are just on the back of the comic, so we can open that up and I'll get one of these out. The comics are not for resale. I don't think they have any real monetary value. So I may use those. I'm going to make some Marvel comic trainers using some hodgepodge as well. So, right, we have the instructions here for MOJO. So our first port of action is to get both of these pieces. I love this. Look, this is fresh out of the box and it's already got coloration issues. These two pieces here are going to peg together. We get the stomach section, which goes in like that. These are really quite solid, unexpectedly so. And then we have these pieces here. This is going to go up like so, and this is going to go in like this. We can then grab, here's a torso, and that's just going to tab in on the top there. Right, bring in this back piece. That's going to push and lock on the back of MOJO. He says, come on you go. Just needs to push over those lips. There we go, that's locked on. And now we can slide that onto the base. You have to kind of slide that onto the torso first because there's these lips at the back here. And you then can't get that torso piece on in the back there. Let's bend these legs down. And there we have one very gorgeous looking MOJO. Absolutely adore how that looks. I mean, that's a good size figure. If we bring in Luke Cage, because he's one of the biggest from the wave, now I think that works exceptionally well. That's one of the builder figures that I regret selling back in the day. MOJO was always absolutely nuts, maniacal character, and I will be trying to get a hold of some more of these Toybiz legends and kind of just building up my my repertoire again, so to speak. But we've got articulation on the arms, they've got shoulder joints, we've got rotation on the biceps, double jointed elbows, we've got rotation and bend on those wrists, we've got spindly bends on the hands, nothing on the head. We've got rotation and some movement up and down on these spider-esque legs. Again, not as much movement on those as I would like, but I imagine a little bit of heat in there would allow me to move those around a little bit more freely. It's just the amount of detailing which really does impress me. It's a very good piece. I just wish we got something like that from modern day builder figures. So there we go. It's a bit of a odd video, something that some of you may be thinking, oh, why on earth is he collecting some of these older ones? These are just some of the ones that you have big seller's remorse on. Some of these I just wish I hadn't ever got rid of, and when they come up for a really good price, sometimes it's hard to say no. Thank you all ever so much for watching. I will include some photos at the end of this video just so you can see the detailing on MOJO. I think I'm going to have to get a stand for him, unless I have these little spider legs out and we use those plastic ones underneath there. Otherwise, he is not going to stand at all. But there we go. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you found this video fun and enjoyable. And until next time, from myself and the rest of the Collectibles household, goodbye.
Yeah.